Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm hoping everyone can hear me because I actually can't hear myself, so I'm hoping that works. So, hi, everyone. Thanks for coming along. Um, so, we've got the chat enabled so you can ask questions. So, you can just type in, I've set it to slow mode to make it a little bit easier for me. So, it means you can only ask a question like once every minute. So, if you go to type and it won't come in, that would be the reason why. But hopefully that kind of works. Okay. Um, So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Susan. I am measure twice, cut once. I have been sewing for forever, and am a professionally trained pattern maker, machinist, and designer. So, I've been working in fashion for ages, but obviously, I do a lot of sewing things, and I teach sewing. And now I'm doing some YouTube things. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Anne. I can see people's messages starting to come up, so that's great. And just let me know where you're coming in from today. It'd be great to see if we've got people from all over the world. I'm in Sydney, and we're currently in, I can't remember what week of lockdown. So it's been pretty quiet around here, which is kind of nice, actually. It's hasn't been too bad for us. So we've been quite lucky we can still get out for a run and a bike ride and be able to walk around a little bit. So that's been kind of good. Oh, hi, Alice. How are you? Okay, so I've got my Lingerie Society box, which I haven't opened, but I did take off my address to make it easier for me. So I'm kind of excited to be able to open this up live. I've never done this before. Live, I normally get to record it, so it makes it a little bit easier for me. All right, I'm just going to move my keyboard so I've got some space. All right, so hopefully I can do this without dropping everything. Okay, so this is the box this time. It's called, oops, try and get it without the light, Bubblegum Pop. Fun. Oh, cute. So I'm just going to cover up my hand with one bit because they give you a free code. So just in case. So there's a freebie. So you get a freebie with the box this month of a free pattern from the Lingerie Society, which is kind of extra fun to make it really cool, which is really nice. It's the first time we've had the new card, so that's very cool. Hi, Natasha. Okay. I'm going to start opening the box and see what we've got in it. Hey, Lizzie. Oh, wow. Okay, so first up, we've got a mesh. I practiced earlier in the day with figuring out how to get this close up, so hopefully it's right. So we've got an embroidered mesh. The mesh is quite kind of sparsely embroidered, but they're really cute colors. So there's like a pale blue and a pink and like a goldy kind of cream. It's very cute. So it's got a little bit of stretch going one way and nearly nothing going the other way. So it'd be good for bra cups as long as you're careful about which way you cut your fabric. But yes, it's very cute. The box, as always, is completely packed, filled with things. So I'm trying to be very careful about how I unpack it because otherwise it'll explode on me quite a lot. All right. So I've got here a little roll. It's all lined up. So I keep all the little bows because they're always color coordinated and they're really good if you want to make a little bow on the front of your bra or on the front of your knickers. It's just kind of nice to have something that's extra color coordinated. Put that to the side. It's really soft, feels kind of slinky like a microfiber. but it has, trying to find the actual grain, it has some give to it. So not like much, just kind of like a mechanical kind of give, which is kind of nice. And there's a lot of it. It seems to be like half a meter by the width of a piece of fabric. Just trying to figure out how it's longer than my arm spread. So that means it's more than 150 centimeters. So yeah, tons. We do heaps with that. So if you're not already a subscriber of the channel, you can always hit the little subscribe button and you'll find out whenever I'm doing new videos, which will be a little bit more frequent when we're in lockdown because I'm trying to film more. Hi, Maria. So yeah, so if you want to know about whenever the new ones come up, if you're a subscriber, you get told about it, and you'll get all the notifications for anything I do live as well. Okay. What else do we have? It's so tightly packed that it's actually kind of hard to get it out today. Okay, so this is a white fabric. It's stretch. Feels like a bit of a poly spandex by the feel of it, and it's nice and stretchy, like super stretchy. Very matte kind of feeling. And kind of firm. So probably the closest I can think is like a firm cotton lycra kind of feeling, but it's not cotton. So it's kind of cute. Again, it's kind of like a half meter by a half, so like sorry, a half a meter by a half a width. So tons of fabric in there as well. I think it'd make really great knickers or like a super supportive bralette as well, which would be really cool. And there's always the free bralette, the patterns that go with the Lingerie Society for that one as well. Hi, Nat. Okay, and some power mesh. So a nice big kind of amount of power mesh, which is always really good. I've been cutting lots of power mesh the last couple of weeks because I've been making lots of samples of the sports bra pattern I've just released. Hopefully, if I get all the editing done correctly, on Thursday night you'll actually be able to see the sew along for the first version. So because there's 3 different backs for that, I've done 3 different videos to try and talk you through all of the steps for each one. So hopefully that'll be out Thursday night and you can keep your power mesh for that one. Okay, so in amongst all of the fabric, I also have a cute little box. It's really cute. It's like a little tiny mini toolbox. So I'm just going to move my cardboard box out of the road so I have enough space. Hi, Annette. Yes, the sew along is going to be great. It's really funny. I was editing one part of it today and I've completely caught like a whole bunch of kookaburras laughing. So I think I should play like, spot the kookaburra sound in the middle of the video, which would be hilarious. Okay, so inside our little box, we have all different kinds of things. I'm just trying to make sure I can actually get it in focus for you all. So we have some wide plush back elastic. I love using the wide plush back for the bottom of my band of any wide bras that I use because it's just a really nice way to anchor it down. So that's what I always keep the wide part of my Lingerie Society boxes for. So also it does make good waistbands, but there's normally so much stuff in here that there's something else that can also make a waistband with. But that wide one I really like on the bottom as well. There's some really pretty colored fold over elastic. So it's like camera's blowing out a little bit, making it looking a little white, but it's actually like a super pale pink, but not like baby pink, like it's got a little bit of peach to it, which is really nice. And there's a lot of it, more than a meter, I would say, without unrolling it on the one spot. We have a wide back for back closure in white, which is very cute. Oh, some hardware. Right, I'm just going to dig about and find my hardware because it looks like it's jolted a little bit. I've got beautiful rose gold hardware. So I've got O-rings and sliders. I always love how the ones in the Lingerie Society are kind of thick and substantial. It makes them feel not only really nice to actually hold, but when you're wearing them, they feel nice and sturdy. Sometimes you get ones and they feel flexible, and it never feels as good, particularly if you're adding a wide strap. So I kind of like how they're kind of hefty but dainty, if that makes sense in any way. Yeah, I think you are right, Nat. I think that one is hand dyed because it's such an unusual color that you just wouldn't get that normally. We have some very beautiful strapping. Oh wow. This is the kind of stuff you just can't buy other places. It's super shiny, but then the edges have this like little tiny matteness to them. And then the underside is like really plush. But when you feel it, it like feels completely satin, like just like a satin fabric. So it's just that really nice kind of strapping. And the wider width goes perfectly with the extra wide hardware as well. So I kind of like that when it all comes together, it makes your handmade pieces look really pro, like as if you've spent money on really high-end lingerie. So that's really beautiful strapping. Um, some other super sweet hardware, a little tiny bow, and oh my gosh, this is so adorable. The tiniest, I don't even know if I can hold this properly, I need tweezers. The tiniest little daisy flower, which is just so cute. And a really beautiful, very delicate flower as well. So you can see it kind of looks glittery under the light, but it's actually just really textured. I'll try and see if I can get it without the camera going crazy. So it's very cute. I still haven't even got past the, like, this is still in the first level of the little kit, so it's so very cool. Um, okay, we have some elastic, which is scalloped on one side and straight on the other, and it's got some stretch to it. Um, I really like this stretch stuff. It's really good for edges of cups, for bralettes, and sometimes on edges of legs of knickers if you want a um, different change from like a picot or something else, because these ones actually have enough stretch in there. And there's actually a really cool Studio Costuro one, I think, which has some edging like this, which is really cute as well. So that's very cool. All right, so that was everything out of the first layer. I'm diving into the second layer. But you can see, look how tightly packed everything is. There's just so much stuff. Okay. Oh, so we've got some very nice and wide um, plush feeling elastic. It's nice and strong kind of feeling. It's really nice. It's very, very soft. I like this kind of width for the top of knickers, like my Mary knickers pattern. It adds a really kind of sporty, athletic kind of look to them, which I really like. So um, that's super cute. There is some casing for underwire bras. Oh, the Lingerie Society have joined us too. Hi! The boxes are so cute. So really lovely casing. As always with the Lingerie Society, and this is something I really like, the casing is really narrow, which means if you don't particularly like wearing underwires or you always find them a bit thick, it sits much flatter to the body. And I really like it in the summertime because the thick stuff can feel kind of sweaty, which is gross, but you know, that's one of the things. So I kind of like the really narrow stuff because it's so good. Okay, so this, I've got some pink. It's the Super Plush. Very soft and slinky feeling. I'm gonna try and see if I can show you how beautifully this is going to drape. Super drapey. So this is the it's a stretch polynylon, I think. Yes, nice and stretchy, but it makes really great no-show underwear. So if you wanted to mimic the idea of um, seamless lingerie, this stuff is fantastic for it. It also makes super smooth cups if you need to make a cup that's going to disappear underneath uh, like a t-shirt or like a t-shirt bra type thing. That always works really well. I always tell myself I'm going to make a t-shirt bra and then put so much lace on it that it's always going to show up. So I kind of have good intentions and then just make it fancy. But super pretty. Again, it's that really light kind of pinkish kind of toned color, which if you have very pale skin like I do, it goes invisible if you're wearing like a white t-shirt or like a white linen or something like that. So it just kind of hides away on itself. What else do we have? Oh my gosh, there's just so much stuff. So we've got some super pretty picot. I'm just going to try and undo the bundle. Is anyone else like me when they get their boxes? They always want to keep everything all beautifully wrapped up as beautifully as they send it to you. I have to like refold it if I need to take a photo or something, and I'm always like, I'm never getting it back that way. So this picot is super pretty. It's got a really fancy little edge to it. And then obviously the elastic section down the bottom. The whole thing's quite stretchy. So really good for edges of cups and all around knickers. Good for bralettes as well. And it's the same peachy, pinky kind of tone as the fold over. So I think much like Nat suggested earlier, I think it's going to be definitely one of a hand dyed piece that's like made especially for the Lingerie Society. So those two in terms of tone match perfectly. So Lizzie's just asked if there's anything for lining. In terms of a wide bra where you wanna have, like, no stretch, no. In terms of a bralette, yes. So in terms of a bralette, depending on how much, strength you need or the shape of the bralette, you could use your power mesh. If you're going to use your power mesh, be careful about how much stretch it takes out of the garment because it's strong as it's meant to be. Sometimes you need to maybe size up or have a look at your stretch percentages because otherwise it gets so tight you can't pull it on, particularly if it's a pull over style. So you could use that or any one of the stretch fabric, so either the stretch white or the super slinky. I've used the slinky before um, for like a very soft bralette, and it worked well, but wasn't super supportive, but it was very comfortable. So I wear mine to bed, so that worked quite well. But in terms of the actual lining for a wide bra, not yet, but I haven't got to the bottom of the box yet. Okay, so we've seen the pretty picot, and we have some more lace. So it looks like about a meter of lace. One side's sort of straighter, the other side is more scalloped, and it has no stretch, like really tiny amount of give, but I'm having to kind of pull it quite a lot to do that. So basically use this one like a woven fabric. So great for cups or trims of camisoles or shorts. But yeah, very cute. And again, sort of like a pale pink with a bit of a peachy tone, like the elastics as well. Oh, cool. So the Lingerie Society has just jumped in and said that next month's box is going to have some woven embroidered lace and some bra tulle as well. So that's very cool to know. All right. So I've got another cute little bundle all tied up with lace. So the lace that's been all tied up on is super beautiful. Um, it's scalloped, so sort of a really wide wave section to the bottom section, and then the top has a slightly more scalloped kind of look. Again, it's a non-stretch, so good for edges of cups or you could even use this one like an insertion as well if you didn't mind sewing lots of curves. And then our last one is a very cool pleated fabric with an edging. This is very cool. So because it's a perma-pleat, I'm going to take a pretty good guess that it's a polyester because that's how perma-pleating works. So it's pleated with, let me try and see if I can line this up so you can see it, like a little tiny scalloped edge. Oops, I'm showing you the hemmed section. So a little tiny scalloped edge along it and all the pleating. It's really cute. I have seen this kind of stuff used on a French brand, and they like to use it on the bottoms of like little shorties and like my Jane knickers would be perfect for it because you could actually cut the bottom of the shorts inside the actual pleating. But it's really cute because it is pleated and it's got some sort of stiffness to the fabric. It kind of pokes out a little bit and it's just really cute. So it's really cool to actually see something that's so designer like available for us. It looks like, if I stretch my arms, a bit more than a meter. Um, and if I stretched out the pleat, so rather than sew it in with the pleat, if I actually stretch the pleat flat, which you can do because you can stretch that section and sew, oops, sorry. So as I said, so if you look at this section, if you stretch this one and you sew it in flat, so if you can imagine your seam allowance takes in that section, the rest automatically bounces back to being pleated, which can make it really easy to sew in. So if you're like, oh, I don't know what to do here, just pull it flat. Don't iron it flat, just pull it flat, pin it in, stitch it in flat, and then once your seam is finished, it goes back to being all pleated all on its own, which is very kind of fun aspect to it. And that means we have finally reached the end of the box, which is very fun. So lots in the box, tons in the box. So sort of given a few pattern sort of ideas along the way, but if you've got any extra ideas, totally let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this one. I think it's going to be really fun and result in some really cool, unusual looking kind of actual shapes. Oh, that would be very cool. So the Lingerie Society is saying that they were thinking about like bra cups and then using this as something for like really luxe and really cool, which I think would be very, really cool. It kind of makes me think of like pleatings a lot in, you see it in like the 20s and the 30s kind of thing. So it kind of makes me want to go look at that kind of stuff and see what I can do. But you can see what a great texture it actually makes all on its own. So hopefully you've enjoyed our live unboxing. It was a little bit scary for me, but I was expecting technical difficulties, but it's all gone really well, which is very surprising. So if you like it, hit the thumbs up on the bottom of the actual video to let me know. And before you go, can you let me know if you like this time and what day? Because obviously there's people from different parts of the world and different parts of the country. So if I'm going to do some more live streams, it'd be really good to know what times suit you. So just let me know. I'm not getting up at 2 a.m., just letting you know that now. So it'll be during Australian awake hours, but we'll just try and figure out a time that works for all of us. But yeah, I'll try and do more things live stream and we can work out different stuff. And as I said, keep an eye out later in the week. You'll see the sports bra sew along part A, turn up, and I've got heaps more stuff coming soon for YouTube, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you find out all about that. Till then, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at underscore measure twice. And if you wanted to check out any of the patterns that I've mentioned tonight, you can go to my website, which is measure twice cut once.com. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. It's been fun to do a live stream. I think I've answered everyone's questions as you've gone along. Thanks for commenting. Yes, my hair is really long now. I've just kept letting it grow out and out. Yeah, so thanks a lot for coming. Everyone's saying that evenings are great, especially during lockdown. So I'll have to think up some more ideas so we can try and do some more things live. Maybe we can do some sewing or work on something. All right. Thanks a lot for coming. I'm going to go grab a cup of tea and I'll chat to you all again soon. Bye.